Why a BMW painted with the world's blackest black is unlikely to hit the road. BMW rolled out its first vehicle painted with vantablack, known as the world's blackest black, and although the company claims it would like to see the car on the road, it's unlikely to happen anytime soon. The BMW X6 was selected as the first vehicle to receive the inky black paint job and will debut in September's Frankfurt Motor Show. Vantablack in its purest form absorbs all light without reflecting any back. To make sure the X6 didn't appear completely two-dimensional, the vantablack paint used on it reflects back 1% of light. Although X6 designer Hussein Al-Attar said he absolutely could see vantablack joining BMW's lineup of color options for car buyers, the automaker has no immediate plans. According to Ben Jensen, CTO of vantablack developer Surrey Nanosystems, the limitations of vantablack in respect of direct impact or abrasion would make this an impractical proposition for most people. It would also be incredibly expensive. Chief critic, auto enthusiasts. They question why a car needs to be painted with vantablack, especially since it won't be for sale anytime soon. And safety studies show that regular black cars are already more dangerous to drive over. Lighter colored cars' chances of crashing a black car at dawn and dusk are 47% higher than that of a non-black car. Key background, developed by Surrey Nanosystems in 2014, the pigment in vantablack is made from tiny bits of carbon. Originally designed to be used in outer space, vantablack can be applied at temperatures hundreds of degrees below freezing. It has also been used in space cameras to block out light from the sun, letting the devices take clearer photos of distant stars and galaxies. Surprising fact, the Vanta in vantablack stands for vertically aligned nanotube array. It's hard to describe vantablack, the world's darkest black pigment, without seeing it for yourself. First developed for use in light-sensitive aerospace components and infamously licensed for artistic use solely by sculptor Anish Kapoor, the pigment uses tiny carbon nanotubes to absorb up to 99.965% of light striking its surface. At Google's top secret materials lab, I recently gazed upon a sample of vantablack in real life for the first time. It almost broke my brain. It has no reflection, no contours. It's like part of the world has been photoshopped away. Stare at it long enough, and it feels like your soul is being sucked out of your eyeballs. I couldn't imagine any everyday object being painted in vantablack, let alone one that can move at 90 miles per hour. But at the Frankfurt Motor Show this September, the auto manufacturer will be displaying a one-off BMW X6 painted in vantablack. Even in photos, the effect is pronounced. The car itself appears two-dimensional. Only details like the tires, grille, and windows offer visual cues as to the true shape of the car, though in many images, those components simply seem to be floating in space. It's a frightening idea to imagine seeing a vantablack car on the road. BMW used a more reflective version of the paint, which bounces back a more generous 1% of visible light for this application. Yet even with a slightly reflective surface, a vantablack car in your rearview mirror would probably look something like a Looney Tunes tunnel painted on in the middle of the street. Is that an object or a void? Black cars are notably more dangerous to drive than white cars for reasons of visibility already. A study by Monash University Accident Research Centre in Australia, which studied crash data across the country from 1987 to 2004 found that, compared to white cars as a baseline, crash risk was higher for just about every other common color, including red, blue, silver, green, gray, and, yes, black. Black performed the worst by every measure. In daylight, the chance of crash is 12% higher than that of white cars. At dawn and dusk, that jumps to 47%, though your relative risk of getting into an accident at that time is lower at those hours, the authors point out. Monash's study was consistent with at least one other, from the University of Granada, which determined that yellow was a safe alternative to white. The center is a respected resource in vehicle safety, also contributing to the annual used car safety ratings. In any case, if black is the least safe color for a car, making that black even blacker seems like an objectively terrible design decision. In fact, BMW confirmed outright that this car will not be going into production. As to whether or not the company considers it safe, the car hasn't been made for road test drives and hasn't seen daylight yet, but we will certainly test it on our proving grounds to see how it reacts. Looks outside of a hangar, a spokesperson said. Therefore, we can't answer this question yet. So why make this car at all? Is it simply to get the attention of headlines? Or could it be teasing something else about BMW's future? Don't forget to hit the like button and share this video with your friends. And click subscribe to join the crazy slime.